Greetings and welcome everyone to Tactics Ogre, Let Us Cling Together. Now, as I mentioned in the last episode, this one is going to start off, at least, it might only include it, but it will definitely start off with checking out our party, and specifically, I'm very interested in checking out the Warren report. Now, this is something I mentioned previously in the introduction, that GetDate hasn't really looked at this very much, so there's going to be a lot of information here. We're probably not going to be able to get through it all in one or even several episodes, so it's probably just going to be shared out over many episodes, a little bit here and there, rather than just a massive info dump. But the titles command is now available to us. The music command is now available. Wonderful. Okay, now let's have a look. Music command, I imagine, is just we could listen to music. That's quite nice, actually. Songs unlocked, 24%. So there's something for us to work on. The titles command. The hero of Goliath rescued Duke Ronway from imprisonment at Almorica Castle. Corpse Dancer confronted the necromancer Nibeth at Quadriga Fortress and put an end to his dark experiments. Peace Seeker spoke with Sistina at the Archaeopolis of Rhyme and told her you fought to secure peace throughout Valeria. And Butcher of Goliath carried out Duke Ronway's chilling plan to slay 5,000 innocents in Balmamusa. Yeah, we don't really want to remember that one, I'll be honest with you. We've fought 15 battles, we've had 15 victories, we've taken 77 days to do it. Victories without Chariot Tarot is 15. Allies incapacitated 14, allies slain 0. So I guess that the potentially recruitable characters, we've never killed any of them. Ravenous would have been included in that. Enemies slain, 97, 10 of which were Wallace. I'm afraid that number is wrong. I think you'll find it's 5,010 at the very least. Galgastan, 71, 4 Bakram, and 12 unknown. I have no idea what these other factions are. We've collected 66,800 Goth in war funds and spent 64,100 of them. Now, with people, there's going to be a lot of information here about the various characters in the game, while there's an awful lot of information. As I said, there's going to be way too much for us to get through in one go. I'm probably going to leave the people report for now, and we'll come back to that in other episodes. I might make a specific episode where I'll, like a couple of optional episodes just going through this. Talk. Oh, that's far better. These look like perhaps news reports. So if we check out the massacre at Balmamusa, massacre is deployed, Galgastani forces massing, a new faction emerges, Ravenous, Loxarian captured. Oh, I'm not seeing anything from Chapter 1. That might be because there's nothing from Chapter 1, or it might be that when we moved over to Chapter 2, all those news reports were no longer necessary. I think it could be a case of, after every battle, news changes, and if you don't read it, you don't get to read it, and perhaps that means you'll miss out on certain things. So we'll definitely take time to read these. Massacre at Balmamusa. A massacre has taken place at Balmamusa. There are no survivors. Balmamusa was set aside for the Wallister by the Kingdom of Galgastani, and all those who perished were of Wallister blood. Women and children were spared no mercy as the town was engulfed in flames. The killings are thought to be an act of retribution by the Galgastani for the recapture of Almorica Castle by the Resistance. Hierophant Balbatos maintains he is not responsible. Well, he wasn't, to be fair. The massacre at Apolloy. It is now rumoured Duke Ronway had a hand in the massacre that took place in Balmamusa. Some suggest the killings were a ploy to cause internal strife in Galgastan. The Duke denies these rumours, obviously. Meanwhile, opponents of the Hierophant in Galgastan are still wary of laying the blame for the massacre on Balbatos. Galgastani forces massing. Reports indicate that the Galgastani forces led by Hierophant Balbatos are massing in the Sonji Weald near Koritane Keep. With the resistance growing in numbers and Galgastani opponents of the war becoming more vocal, it is thought Galgastani forces will make their move soon. A new faction emerges. Curious posters have been sighted in Rhyme in recent days. They say simply, the nobility must be overthrown. They are a work of the New Wallister Alliance, who seek self-governance for their people. Support for this new faction is growing fast among the poorer classes, and authorities seek to unmask its leader. I suspect we know who their leader is, or at least who is advising the leader, probably Vice. Ravenous Loxarian captured. Ravenous Loxarian, sought by the Resistance for her involvement in the massacre at Balmamusa, has been captured at Port Aceton, which is where we're heading, of note, in the Kingdom of Galgastan. She led resistance forces in a number of past battles and is a bitter enemy of Galgistan. The resistance requested she be handed over to them, but the Galgistani camp refused. She is to be escorted to Koratane Keep, where she faces execution. Ooh, okay, well, hopefully we're going to get a chance to intervene there. We didn't go through to all the rigmarole of trying to keep her alive just so that she could be executed by Galgistan. Tidings. Review your accomplishments. Oh. Setting the Trap, Holy Knights, Strife in Valeria. Okay, perhaps this is looking back at the description of the battles, or maybe a little bit more information on them. Again, I think I'll leave this for other episodes. Maybe I'll have a couple of episodes just going over this, or one episode going specifically over these reports, and then one or possibly two going over each character in detail. View a timeline of your accomplishments. Okay. Chapter 2, I will fear no reproach. So these are the three main things that we've gone through in Chapter 2. Oh, Massacre at Balmamusa. I don't want to be reminded of it. We've got the various events from Chapter 1. The Warrior Maiden. It's got a gold background. Drew my eye. We've got pretty much everything from the beginning of the game. I wonder if these are just going to be text. It could be that this is just a visual representation of the text, like reviewing our progress from Tidings. But I noticed down in the bottom right, there's a little icon that seems to show that there was a branch, and we've gone down the lower branch, the Massacre at Balmamusa. I guess that's where we made our choice. Okay, well, fair enough then. Don't really want to think about that too much. A bit nasty. But there we are. We've checked out the Warren report. Now we can go to a shop. That would be good. Or we can go to a party. That would also be good. Now then, let's have a quick look at all of this. These are our people. And I'm interested in checking out our people to a certain degree. Certainly, I want to spend some skill points. Now, I can check out inventory. All of the inventory that we have. We can probably sell quite a lot of these, honestly. Skills, finishing moves. Can I learn one? No, I cannot. Change class. I see that we can make 4 people beast tamers, 1 person an archer, 2 people wizards, 8 people knights, and 9 people berserkers. Okay, I believe these are like, you get these like crests that drop for different classes, and if you have one, then you can use it on someone. It gives us an idea. Movement. For example, a warrior has 4 move, and it can jump 2 up or 3 down without taking damage. That's good to know. Wizard gets 3 movements. It can jump 1 up and 2 down. So the different classes can move up different elevations. That is very good to know. Agile. Is this a rune fencer? Yes, this is a rune fencer. So it would mean that little icon at the very kind of top right. I said bottom right before. For those of you who are not familiar with my channel, I have a terrible problem with my left and right. It comes from being dyslexic. You generally, if I on the fly just say a direction, reverse it in your mind because I probably got it wrong. But no, that is the top right there. That little kind of icon of a person with a blue circle is probably the water walking ability. So we've got agile, slow. I wonder what that means. This is also the base movement. The RT, I guess, is how quickly they can take their moves. I think lower is better, generally speaking. Denim is currently a warrior. I could make Denim a wizard if I wanted to. Now, it's based on the class, so I can make Denim a wizard, and he's not going to start as a level 1 wizard. He'll start as a level 8 wizard, because that's the level that we've got that class up to. We've got no beast tamers, so I'm not really sure about the classes. I've read a very simple kind of rundown of a really brief, this is what the class does kind of thing. And as much as the Beast Tamer title makes me interested in the class, from what I understand, it's not a particularly good class. But if anyone does have in-depth knowledge of the classes and would like to post some comments, a bit of a rundown on what they all are and which ones are good, then I would definitely appreciate that. If I was going to change Denim, I might go for a Berserker, honestly. It would have more hit points, but a Berserker is probably going to be lower in defense. But it might be nice, I'm not sure. But I think I might keep him as what he is at the moment. In terms of equipment, we can go to auto-equip, and we can do various things like maximize ranged. You can have a crossbow and a rapier. That might be interesting. Go with that for 219 attack. or we can have this, have much higher defense, but we're going to be slower because we're carrying heavier equipment. That doesn't really have the same slowness, but much higher range damage. But I think I want Denim as a warrior to be more about fighting. I'm not sure about the claws, though. That would be a fist specialization. He would act faster, certainly. Have a little bit less health, but only a tiny bit more damage. So no, I think we're going to keep with what we've got. But I will check out skills. And I'm probably also going to be looking at buying some things with whatever money we can pull together. I'm going to quickly have a browse. We've got swords. This gives us... We're almost rank 2 with that as well. This gives us just better skill with swords. So it pays to stay with swords. Anatomy, which is slowly ranking up. Better damage against humans. Now, generally, these are going to get better the more I use them. So the more I hit things with a one-handed sword, the better my one-handed sword skill becomes. The more I damage humans, the better my anatomy will go. Counterattack has no skill rank. None of these have skill rank, so it really doesn't matter. Mighty Impact is one of the skills that I've been using. Strengthen. Grants bonus to physical attacks. Well, you know, that's what Denim is doing at the moment, so that makes sense. Counterattack gives us a 25% chance gives us a chance to counterattack with 25% damage when targeted by a weapon or unarmed attack, as long as the attack goes in range. Okay, that's pretty cool. Now, what we can do is we can learn. Now, we don't have any additional skill spots, but we've got 362 points. So, I'm thinking of spending 180 and just adding a skill slot straight off the bat. Now, it's going to cost more, 210 to add a 7th skill slot. I could get trajectory, but that'll only show me the trajectory of ranged weapons. I've got dodge. Grants a bonus to melee avoidance. It doesn't really tell me how much of a bonus, so it's hard to decide. True flight, which is range accuracy. True strike, which is melee accuracy. True strike 1. The fact that there's a 1 there implies that there may be more, so maybe different classes will have access to better skills in that regard. Maybe, and I might go for that. With True Strike 1, I might do. Denim would be more accurate with his attacks. Fortify, bonus physical defense. I mean, right now Denim is flat out a kind of frontline melee unit, so we could... Oh, that's not quite what I meant to do. Knockback, give us a 25% chance of pushing an enemy back 1 tile when a weapon attack hits. I'm not sure I need that, because I can just have Mighty Blow to get that. Resist Shackle, Bind, Slow, Silence, Poison, Charm, Sleep, Stun, Petrify. Parry and Deflect. We can't get these because they require a higher level. Level 12. Grants a chance to completely avoid melee, completely avoid ranged. Ooh, that's actually quite nice. Augment Darkless, Light, Fire, Water, Lightning, Air. These would augment damage and resistance. We can't cast spells, so not really that useful. Skill reflecting the study of inner workings of golems, damage against golem units, and ease of recruiting. So basically all of these are the same as anatomy, but for different types of units. Now, crossbow. Weapon skill reflecting proficiency with crossbows. Accuracy and damage increase with rank. Not sure. Axes, sword, two-handed. Honestly, I might have gone with this if we weren't already so close to one-handed swords. No, I think we're going to be getting some sort of support skill here. So it's between dodge, true strike, fortify, and knockback. I don't think we're going to have knockback again because we got mighty blow. So do I want to have a better chance of avoiding melee attacks, of succeeding with melee attacks, or just be better at blocking physical damage? I think I like the idea of being able to bonus to physical defense. What is Denim's physical defense right now? Is there any particular way? 182. Okay, well, let's see how this changes. I mean, I'm going to learn it, so I'm not going to unlearn it, really. So, but 182 is what we had. Let's grab that. And then there we go. So 182. And if we add this, there we go, fortify. I kind of want to assign one. There we go. There we are, assign fortify. So 182 is now 217. That's actually quite an increase. You know, that's not a small one. All right, I'm fairly happy with that. Got 62 skill points. It's going to be a while before I can do any more with that. Now, I'm probably going to be doing the same for all of the rest of the classes, but you've seen me do it once, so I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera, and I will bring you back once I've finished managing everyone's skills and spending the large amount of skill points that I imagine that everyone has. Yes, everyone's going to probably have around 300 or more in some cases, my goodness. So I'm going to try and maximize their abilities in terms of their skills, and I will bring you back when I'm done with that. And welcome back. I have spent a good 40 or so minutes poring over the various characters. I've looked at both their equipment and also their skills, and I have largely just changed their skills. I've made some adjustments to equipment as well, so for the sake of showing you what I've done, we'll have a start, and I've reorganized the characters based on how quickly they act. So currently, Kotia acts the fastest, then Canopus acts the second fastest, so on and so forth. I've given Canopus a short bow and a battle axe. Now, one interesting thing I noticed with Canopus is that he can't use the larger bows, which is a bit of a problem. If I, for example, have a look at this here, then here, cannot use, which is a bit of a shame. It seems he can use the crossbows, though, which is interesting. He can use a two-handed crossbow, so it's not a case that he can't use two-handed weapons, but he can't use the great bows, which is a little bit of a shame, because I might have gone to try and make him into a much more of a focused archer class, given his mobility. He can get up to the good positions, and I've gone through and I've added quite a lot of things to him. Trajectory, for example. I've also added back axes, so Canopus has got a lot of skills here. Axes was taken off for some reason, which is, I'm not sure why, because it's a fairly good skill, it's a fairly high skill, but he was using the hammer for a time. I'm not too sure about that. Almost at rank 3 for bows, so I mean, even if I wanted to go crossbows, giving him a crossbow and then the crossbow skill, I would be losing an almost rank 3 skill. I'm not sure how much of a difference that makes. If you happen to know and have an opinion, do let me know, because that would actually be useful. Is losing a rank 3 weapon skill to go to a weapon that is better a worthwhile choice? I'm not sure. But I'm a little bit concerned with the bows, because obviously a great bow seems to be an upgrade for a short bow. Is Canopus just kind of stuck with short bows? Can he get better bows over time? Because he could wield both of the crossbows, which does beg the question. Now, as for the rest of the equipment, we'll just have a quick look through here. I've tried, for the people who are going to be at the back, or just the flat-out archers, I've tried to give them things which maximize their weapon damage. I don't have a trinket to give Donalto, unfortunately. But generally, just moving through, I've tried to maximize the kind of equipment for the people who are using it, and for the mages and the casters, I've actually taken away their weapon skill. I don't really want them fighting in close combat, so I've made room to give them better skills that will actually augment what they're doing. So we'll have a look at Kotia. She's got Channeling 1, Divine Magic, Augment Light, Holy Water, Canopus, lots of things. We've got Isabel, Augment Light, Divine Magic, Channeling 1, Sidestep, because I feel that the ability to dodge some of incoming archer damage. As a healer, it's unlikely that melee combatants are generally going to get back to my healer core, or at least I'm going to try and prevent that. Archer, True Flight. One of my archers had True Strike, which was interesting, because that's only augment melee accuracy, so that was changed to True Flight. Knockback on that. Both of them now have Tremendous Shot. I wouldn't mind getting knockback possibly here as well. Even though Tremendous Shot effectively gives us that, I wouldn't mind giving them knockback as well, just so there's that little bit of a chance with every shot that they're going to knock someone off their perch, especially in archer duels, if you see what I mean there. We've got Wyatt, lots of skills here. We have, for Claudian, I've changed a couple of things around, nothing too big, but Augment Fire and Augment Darkness instead of the weapon skill. Don't feel they need it. I've got Fortify 1 with Denim, and Knight I've given divine magic too, so they can now use their spells, which I believe the only one they have is heal. And I've also given our Berserker Berserk, which they didn't have before. Apparently causes melee weapons to hit all units in the tiles directly in front of, diagonally forwards from, and to the sides of the attacker, regardless of weapon range, friendly fire possible. So, you know, that's actually quite a nice one. It will mean that I'll kind of need to use that sparingly and avoid friendly fire, so, you know, there we are. But it is now time for us to go to a shop, hopefully. Hello, young master. See anything you want? Just let me know. Okay, what have you got? You've got auction. Have a monster you want to put up for auction? What? Sell a monster? Do I have an auction? Yeah, I was just to test. Interesting. I can hire people looking for new recruits. Pay the oath wage to hire a new recruit. What have we got? Warrior, archer, wizard, cleric, rune, fencer, Valkyrie, cleric, enchantress. I guess these are just the female versions. Archer and warrior. Is that all we've got? That is a shame, but we could buy them if we wanted to, hire them if we wanted to. I don't think we really want to. It looks like each one has slightly different stats, which is good to see, but we won't be hiring any. I can sell things or I can buy things. I've only got 2,700 gold, so I suspect I'm going to need to sell some stuff. Let's have a look at sundries. What have I got? Mandleaf, Zolya, Drop, Sleep and Charm, Stun a single target, Move, Bind, Shackle, and Stop from a single target, Blessing Stone. We definitely want lots of those. We're not going to be selling any of those. Temporary Strength and Target, Rule of the Avatar, Temporary Gear and Dodge. Horn of the Savage, summon Foul Weather to the battlefield. It requires Field Alchemy 1. I've actually given a couple of people Field Alchemy 1. We've got a bunch of cards here. Judgment, Copper. Oh, right. Okay, now these... Oh, these are the marks that allow me to change my class. This is interesting. Beast Mark, Cragworm's Mark. Class mark required to change classes to Earth Dragon. What? To Vartan. Oh, Peregrine's Mark. That would be my flyers. Beast Hide, some just random things. I wonder if this is... I wonder if there's crafting in this. I'm really not sure. But I know I can sell the Oberonths, because that's effectively all they are, is money. So that's worth 1,000 goth? Yes, please. Then all of these. There we go. Okay, now we've got some cash. Can I just go down? No, I can't. There we are. Okay, 19,300 gold. That's a little bit more like it. Now I can purchase scrolls. We've got quite a lot. In fact, we've got one of almost everything that we could purchase. So, oh no, these are the ones we can sell. I apologize. Well, with the money that we've got, I'm not going to really sell anything else. We're going to see what we can buy. Mage Knight's Mark. The class mark required to change classes to Rune Fencer, Cleric, Wizard, Archer, and Warrior. These are the basic ones. Coral Harp. Improved weather conditions on the battlefield. Requires Field Alchemy. 1,000 though. Oh my lord. Now, from what I understand, the harp would be good to clear up rain and that sort of thing if I wanted to use my archers and the rain was going to really impede that, because in bad weather, from what I understand, range attacks suffer badly in inclement weather, so that might be useful to make things a little bit better. Likewise, if the enemy have a lot of archers, or I think also some terrains benefit or have a debuff based on the weather, so I kind of want to get some of these. You know what, I'm going to buy 2. Then I'm going to buy 3. I think I may have actually had a bunch. Oh no, I've got 5 now. Oh well, fine. I should have paid more attention to that. Right, for the grimoires, we've got Radiance, Spirit Surge, Missile. We've got a lot of characters that can use magic, but only certain types, which is interesting. I may grab this one. To flee, Awaken, Indirect spell that removes silence, stun, sleep, silences. That draws on power from the light spirits to grant light attuned. Exorcism, punition. I think I may have one of these, and I've got one of those as well. Have I got any of these? No, so I'm going to take a few, because I've got a couple of people who might be able to use her in the future. I haven't got one. I don't want to spend all my money on spells that I just don't have, just so that I can see if someone can use them. Remove sleep. You know what? For 600 goth, yeah, sure. Okay, that's enough spell purchasing. Now, as for weapons. Fists, not too interested. Daggers, swords one-handed. Okay, I've already got the best one-handed sword. I'm not using anyone who's using these. Axes, though, heavy axe. That's a shame. I've given Canopus an axe. I was hoping there'd be a better one-handed axe. Spear. Ooh, this is a better spear for our rune caster. Sure, okay, I'll purchase that. Hammer-wise, Morningstar seems like a really good weapon. We've only got one of them, so I'm going to buy another one. Give me a moment. What was that? Heart-shaped fan used in dances performed by followers of the goddess of beauty. It inflicts little damage and can only be used by women. Alright, that seems a little bit odd. Sybil staff, mage staff. Maybe I should get one of these because currently Kalshia has got a Sybil staff. In fact, I think a couple of my mages have got Sybil staff. Maybe I should give them this one instead. MP is higher. So that gives extra vitality and more mind than anything else. I'm thinking mind... actually, yeah, we'll stay with the Sybil staff for now. Are there any others? I don't think there really are. I'm thinking perhaps we'll have my Berserker go with two-handed swords. I may have a look into that because Zweihander would be quite nice. Does have a -1 avoid and mind, but I'll buy one that I might use it. Now, as for ranged, a blowgun. Crossbow, stonebow, lobber. Now, apparently, a lobber is really useful because it allows someone to project items. So you could, like, for example, shoot someone with a healing item. It might be useful. Might certainly be useful. Crossbows, the stonebow is the best one we've got currently. It does crushing damage, whereas this does piercing. Then bows, we've got longbows. Oh, how I want 2 longbows for my archers. It's a reasonable difference. Heavier though. Alright, I'm going to buy 2 longbows, which will mean I'm going to be able to sell 2 great bows. In terms of armor, I can't really get anything right now, but there's the Aspis, which is a better shield. That would be useful to me. We've got a couple of other things, other odds and sods here and there. I could get maybe some defender's rings and these sorts of stuff. Might be useful for my characters to have that sort of thing. And robes. Okay, well that's good enough for now. Thank you very much. My thanks, do come again. I'm certain I will. Right, going to quickly drop in here now. And you've already got a mage staff. You don't need anything else. You're fine. You've got a Sybil staff. I'm happy for you to have that. Unfortunately, I can't give you anything better right now. Mage staff, Maker's Road circlets. Sybil staff. Okay, here we go. I want you to have our longbows. I mean, I could give you this, but I'm fairly certain you've got a good skill when it comes to bows. Yeah, it could be better, honestly. There we go, and give you a longbow as well. There we are. Okay, I'm fairly happy with you two. You're fairly close to each other in terms of your damage, though their stats are not equal, which is interesting. It definitely is interesting. We will be giving you a better spear, though. It drops your defense slightly, but does increase your attack by over 10 points. That's not a small increase. That's pretty good, actually. Ah, what a morning star for you. Do you actually have hammer skills? Yes, you do. Alright, well, hammer skills it is. How high is it? It's not actually that high. Is there... Could I learn two-handed? Is there even a skill for that? Doesn't look like there is. Daggers, hammers, axes, fists, cudgels. Well, I mean... I've got you with skill that is increasing. But if I gave you that weapon, let's have a look at how it would affect things. It would actually, the Zweihander would take things down, and you can't use it anyway. Well, drat. See, this is the part where not knowing the classes intimately is going to get me into trouble every now and then. It's a bit of a shame. What about you? What's your skill with hammers again? Not amazingly high. Got 50 points. Sword one-handed. I can't teach you sword two-handed, alas. Is there anyone who can have sword two-handed? What about you? I probably wouldn't give it to you because, well, actually, you're not that far off. You can have two-handed swords. You'd lose the whole sword and board thing. There's 218 with a pretty high resists. But if I give you this, 221, you'd lose almost 10 physical defense and exactly 10 magical defense. Not exactly the best trade-off for only 3 extra points, but if I got your skill up, maybe. We'll hold on to it for now, but that's going to be it for the shopping component of this episode. And I suppose we can at least move up here and find out what's going on. I suppose. At the very least, we can take a look and then possibly put the battle off until the next episode. Now, I definitely want my front lines. Well, you know what? My knight is a slow mover. Kind of want one of my... Were you the one that I wanted to take forward? I didn't mean to retreat. I would like to try and switch your places, honestly. Can I get the unit list up? Yes, I can. Right. Sarah, are you the stronger? Yes, you are. Okay. Want my archers a little bit further forward. You go behind. Well, that's actually assuming that we get attacked first. Like, that our enemies are far away. If they're right up close to us, I kind of want our archers behind our front line. So, okay. I'm happy with this setup. Let's see what we've got. Yes, I am. Let's go. The Ziod Moors.